Hello, in this video I'm just going to show you how you could make your own pre-felt base if you haven't got anywhere you can buy it from. So this is what you would normally start your piece on, and you'd have your pre-felt and then you'd start putting your sky on there like so, and you'd keep working on it, and then at the end you'd wet felt it as shown in the video. But if you don't have this pre-felt, which you might not be able to necessarily buy it, or you might have lots of white wool, you can just use some wool as a base, and I'm going to show you how to do that now. So you don't have to have a piece of paper underneath, but you could have a piece of paper underneath just to show you the size that you're aiming at if you want a particular size. So this one, I'm going to go in this square, and it's 21 by 21 to start with. You're going to aim to shrink it by 15 to 20%. So your final piece, once you've wet felted it all down, is going to be approximately 19 to 20 centimetres. So as before, you just need to hold your wool in one hand and pull with the other, and we're going to just lay the wool across like so. I'm going to turn that one round just as it lays quite nicely. So you just lay your wool in a fairly thin layer, and because the paper's there you can kind of see approximately where you're going. Again, don't worry about having your wool going over the side of the paper, because you're going to probably, when you work, you'll be going over the side, which is why the final shrinkage is approximate, because if you go over the side quite a lot, then your final piece is going to end up quite a bit bigger, isn't it? So once you've got one thin layer down going this way, we're now going to lay the next layer down going vertically. So again, just keep pulling your wool, lay that on top, and we're going to just do 3 thin layers of wool. And as you'll be then putting more layers of wool on top of this, obviously you don't need to worry about it being overly thick. So that's your second layer down, and then your third layer we're going to go horizontal again, the same as the first way. And this is just instead of using pre-felt. So just depending on how big your piece that you want to create, it just saves a bit of time using your pre-felt, but as you can see you don't need to. So once you've got your base in place like that, that's all you need to do. I'm just going to slip the piece of paper out the way, because you don't want to get that all wet. So slip that out the way. You don't need to use the piece of paper to start with, but if you want to, you can do. And then instead of pre-felt, you're just going to start building up your picture using the other colours as you would before. That's it. So you keep building up your picture with your extra pieces of wool on top. This is just as a little quick demo really. And then once you've filled it all in, followed all the instructions for creating the final piece, you would just put your netting over the top of that and wet it and wet felt it, and it'll all just stick together. And that's it. Thank you. Bye.